Hi class, my name's Brother Dixon and welcome to Pathways Connect 101. I'll be your instructor this semester and I can't wait to get started. So Pathways Connect 101, what is that? PC 101, that's what you're enrolled in here. Probably starting to think, man, what is this class? Well, I've got news for you. This is a brand new course. So they just started doing this. They've done a few pilots in previous semesters and it went really well. So they've decided to change the whole curriculum of Pathways. Now I understand that most of you that are probably starting this right now, you're brand new to Pathway. So welcome to Pathway. I've been teaching Pathways, the math portion, for like the last 4 years. I think it's a great program. I think it's so innovative how they're doing like this online class that you can do from anywhere, but yet you go to a gathering once a week, so you still get that personal interaction with students and people that can help you out there. I just think it's super innovative, and I found that a lot of people find it really helpful. So welcome to the class. Like I said, this is a brand new course this semester. Previously in Pathway, you would take a separate math course, you would take a separate English course. Now they've kind of combined those. They've kind of taken the best of both and they've combined those. So this should be an exciting semester. This is going to be my first semester teaching PC 101. So I'm excited to teach it and I'm excited to learn more about it with you guys. So before we jump into some of this week's work and maybe a little bit of looking into some of the future work, I want you guys to get to know me a little bit. So I'm going to switch over to some slides here, kind of give you a little bit of background on who I am. Alright, so as I did mention, this is PC 101. It is called Life Skills. So like I mentioned, we're going to be doing some math, we're going to be doing some writing, we're going to be working on some basic skills, time management, things like that. So it's a really good course. The old Pathway program had a life skills course. I did teach that one once or twice, so I think it's kind of pulling from all three. So I think looking at the curriculum, it looks like it should be really good. So life skills, here we go. A little bit about me. I grew up in a town called Gilroy, California. It's about half hour south of San Jose, if you're familiar with the area out there. I served my mission in Tegucigalpa, Honduras. And I met my beautiful wife while attending BYU, Idaho. We've been married for 9 years, so we met while in school there. I graduated from there, we started our family there. So I've always loved BYU, Idaho. I started teaching at BYU, Idaho. Now, you know, Pathway Worldwide, it's its own separate entity now, but a lot of it still kind of works with BYU, Idaho, the tutoring center and stuff like that. So I love BYU, Idaho. As you can see from the picture there, we've got 4 boys. Their ages are 7, 5, 3, and 2 months. Just got a little newborn. In fact, during this video you hear that sound there, that's our little newborn. He's over in a swing to the side of me here, snoozing away. So we live in Vineyard, Utah. If you're familiar with Utah area, well, some even that don't know where Vineyard is because it's kind of a newer town, I guess. We've only been here for a couple years, but it's just west of Orem. And as a family, we love to do things outside. We try and get out on the weekends, go to lakes, go hiking, do anything that we can, go camping, just to get outside. And also, I love to build things. I like to kind of do DIY projects in my garage, and I go to a local fab shop and make some other little things here and there. So I like to be hands-on, I like to be creative, I like to make things. Here's some more pictures of my family. You can see there, that was we just blessed our little guy, oh gosh, 3 weeks ago, Labor Day weekend, and or so I guess 2 weeks. Anyway, so there's the whole family there, picture of me and my wife. There's a couple of my creations I've made. Those are like some boxes that I made for my kids. We call them memory boxes, store all their little memories in. A little table I made for them. There we are exploring some caves. So, you know, we're just an outgoing, fun family, just like to do things, always up for an adventure. And with 4 boys, it always keeps us busy, that's for sure. Here's a little bit of my background. I think I already mentioned I did go to BYU, Idaho. I received a bachelor's degree from BYU, Idaho in mechanical engineering. Immediately upon graduating, I went down to BYU and started a master's program in mechanical engineering. Got my master's degree in mechanical engineering from BYU. From there, I started working at a local manufacturing plant, and I've just kind of stayed in Utah. I've worked a couple jobs. I currently am what's called an operations manager at a company called Hearthside Food Products. Hearthside Food Products has manufacturing plants all across the U.S. There's like 37 of them. But here in Utah, we make like fresh and frozen sandwiches, kind of random. So what do I do as an operations manager? I just kind of aid in the day-to-day manufacturing of these frozen sandwiches. So you know, I look a lot at like plant efficiency, how efficient we're being, you know, speeds of the lines, things like that. So just really, you know, are things shipping on time? Are customers getting, you know, are we getting complaints from customers? Are we making good stuff? So really just a lot of the day-to-day operations of running a manufacturing plant. This is my 13th semester teaching for Pathway. So I mentioned before, historically I've always done math. As you can tell, my background's in engineering, so math goes really well with engineering. But I have never done the English. So the English will be, you know, new for me to teach English. I do have some history in writing, so as a master's student, you have to write what's called a thesis. It's a very, it's basically a 2-year process. So I got lots of exposure there, and I'm excited for a new challenge here in teaching writing. So here's a little bit of my contact info. You don't have to worry about writing this down. I'll show you on the website where this is at, and you can find it. But my office hours are Wednesdays from 8 to 10. The way I do that is you book a time with me, so it's not like I have like a certain place you go and I'll always be there from 8 to 10 on Wednesday. You book a time in advance, and then we meet virtually through a software called Zoom. And it just allows us to like interact and stuff, and we can go over questions you have about the class, or if you didn't do so good on a paper or on a test or something, you know, we can go over that. There's my email, my phone number. Again, don't worry about writing this down. I'll show you where it's at on the website. But I just the main thing I want to do with this is just know that you can always reach out to me. Don't feel like you're ever lost in this class, and that, you know, Brother Dixon's not going to help you. So if you have questions about the material, if you have concerns, please just reach out to me. I'll usually respond within 24 hours, Monday through Friday. So I work really hard to get everything done Monday through Friday so I can have my weekends to spend with my family. So if you email me like late on a Friday, you may not get a response till the following Monday. Now that doesn't mean I won't, you know, help you, or, you know, if you were asking me something for that assignment that was due that Saturday, you know, I'll be a little lenient and realize, hey, I didn't answer them, and so they may have not known, so I'll give you maybe a little bit of an extension. But I do kind of reserve those weekends to try and, you know, Saturdays spend with my family, and then Sundays are Sunday. And we go to church and all that good stuff. So I hope you understand that. I know sometimes students get a little frustrated, like they email me on a Friday and they're like, hey, you didn't respond. And so I just want to let you know beforehand, so that way you know why I might not respond on a Saturday. This is one of my favorite quotes. It's by President Hinckley. It says that it isn't as bad as you sometimes think it is. It all works out. Don't worry. I say that to myself every morning. It will all work out. If you do your best, it will all work out. Put your trust in God and move forward in faith and confidence in the future. The Lord will not forsake us. He will not forsake us. If we will put our trust in Him, if we will pray to Him, if we will live worthy of His blessings, He will hear our prayers. I love this because as you go through school, sometimes it's really, really hard. And there's going to be days that are challenging, and you question, why am I doing this? Why am I taking this class? Why am I have to write this paper, take this test, memorize this formula? And I love this because it kind of puts it in perspective. You know, sometimes in the moment it feels like it's so terrible, but it all works out. You know, I went to school for, gosh, about 6-7 years I was in school. It was a long time. And there's a lot of times, even still, I would think back, I'm like, man, I don't use everything that I learned in school. But you know what? It helped shape me into who I am now. It helped me learn to think critically. It really helped me get to where I am now in my career. And so it all worked out. I mean, even though maybe I didn't understand all the assignments, or I didn't understand why I had to go through trials that I did, you know, it all works out in the end. So have faith and always rely on our Heavenly Father to help you. That's all I've got for a little bit of introduction, and now let's turn over to some stuff in the class. Alright, so now what I'd like to do, as I assume this is probably the first time most of you have logged in, and if you're watching this video it means you got in and you found our course. I just kind of want to walk you through a couple of the basics here. I will leave a link below, or actually I'll just embed a video below, and that will be a more detailed walkthrough of how the software works for the online. So sometimes you'll hear the term Canvas. I don't know if you have already. Canvas is the company that makes the software that allows for the online teaching, you know, so that's what all this is it's ran by Canvas. So you'll see as you get into some of the terminology of stuff, they'll say, you know, people will say, oh, in Canvas, and that's what they're talking about. They're talking about this online environment. So this is the basic. When you get into the course, this is you know, the basic thing that you'll see. There'll always be here at the top, there'll be the recent announcements as I post them. I do post announcements every week. I will make videos like this every week. If I don't make a video, I'll have some sort of announcement there talking about the week and maybe what's coming up that week. I usually try and give some insight on what's coming up from the week, or a little bit of follow-up from maybe something from the previous week if I need to, something that addresses the whole course, of course. And so I do ask that you watch those. This one, I will admit, is going to be lengthy because it's the first week and I kind of do the introduction and all that stuff. From here out, they're not going to be this long. Usually I target to have them be 5 so like I said, so here's the home screen. Those announcements will be there if you want to jump to a quick week that we're in. The nice thing over here on the right, the to-do, this will show you what's coming up, what's due this week. The main thing you know, that I wanted to highlight here is that you can go to your instructor right here, and this will pull up that information. This is what I was saying, don't worry about writing down. So this is where you find that. So if you want to find my email, there it is. There's my phone number. Again, I ask, you know, don't call or text after 9:30 Mountain Time. I usually am trying to get into bed around that time. So anyways, this is where you'll find it all. This is where you'll also find how to schedule time with me. So I just want to walk you through that real quick. You click on this little link here. When you click on that, it takes you to this website called You Can Book Me, right? So you come on here and then you select a time. So, you know, on the 18th at 2 p.m., at 2:15 p.m., you know, whatever times there, I update this with the times that I'm available. So you go on there, say you want to meet at 2:30, you click on that, you put in your first name, you put in your email, how long. I only allow up to 30 minutes just to make sure I have, you know, I can spread the wealth and meet with multiple students. If I don't have anybody else scheduled for me and you need to meet longer than 30 minutes, we'll meet longer than 30 minutes. But I try to limit it to 15 to 30 minutes. And then just to kind of give me a little heads up, type what you would like to discuss in our meeting. That lets me be a little more prepared and ready for the meeting. So then you have to certify that you're not a robot, and you confirm the booking. And what you do when you confirm the booking is then I get an email, you get an email that puts it on my calendar that's linked to my phone, and so I just know right away, okay, I'm going to meet with so-and-so on Wednesday at 2:30. So that's how you schedule time to meet with me. And then anything else, you don't always have to schedule, you know, if like Wednesdays just don't work for you, just let me know. Hopefully most things we can just resolve through email, because I'm available, I'll answer emails all days. So usually I guess preferred method would be email me first. If we can't resolve it then, let's set up a time to meet together. Speaking about email, you can just copy and paste that email into like Gmail or whatever it is that you use, or I have found that in Canvas, this inbox feature is really, really useful. I mean, you click on that, you can just send a message straight to me there. It's kind of like a internal Canvas email thing, but it does alert me in my normal email, so I still know to go look at it and check. So I find it really useful. I use it a lot for interacting with students, because if I'm like grading your paper and I have like a quick question, it's like just boom right there. I don't have to like go find your email and all that. Like just click that and then I can find you and send it to you. So I find the inbox feature in Canvas to be really, really helpful. So other than So for this week, let's just talk a little bit about this week in particular, lesson 1. This is not like a super hard week. I know you're probably really hoping that the first week would be hard, huh? This week's a more get acquainted with, the software and with the class and, the curriculum, looking over the syllabus, things like that. There is a document that you'll go through that talks about software, so let's talk about that for a second. I think I might have mentioned it in my email that I sent out as well. The 2 softwares that you'll definitely want to get is Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel. They are free, so you can, as a student, you can download them for free and get them for free. So if you don't have them, don't worry, you don't have to pay for them. That's a really nice feature. That's like new. When I was in school, we had to pay for it. It was always, when you first bought it, it was always fairly pricey. It was like a couple $100 or something. Take advantage of that, download it. You can use other stuff. There's other word processors and spreadsheet software out there, and I have access to all of them because I use a Mac, so I can use the Mac ones, I can use the Office, Microsoft ones, OpenOffice, Google Sheets, all that good stuff. The reason I recommend that you get Excel and Word is because when you go out into an industry, 99% of the time, that's what people are using. Sorry, my baby's starting to cry. So it's really good to learn those software. So I would highly recommend downloading those. The other assignment that I want to talk about for the week, and this is like the one assignment that is graded, and I will definitely be monitoring, and that is our introduction discussion board. This is an opportunity for us to get to know each other. I always love it because this is an online class. And while I'll make videos and you'll get to watch those every week, lots of times I don't get to know you guys. I know you through maybe text messages or emails, or maybe we occasionally, we might need to meet on a Wednesday or something, and then I'll get to know you a little more then. But for the most part, this week is the most exposure we get to each other. So you go down there, you introduce yourself, talk a little bit about one of your favorite hobbies, something you really like to do, just so that we get to know you. Maybe where you're from, why are you taking this course, PC 101, and what are you hoping to get out of this course? So get on there, introduce yourself a little bit, but then we're going to go one step further than that, and I'm going to ask you to read and comment on multiple of your classmates' posts as well. What I'm trying to do here is, try to drive some interaction between people, so that way we're getting to know each other throughout the week. And there's no limit that you need to do at least respond to at least 3. But if you want to go through and read everybody's and respond to them, great. Now I'm not expecting that. That'd take a lot of time, and I know everybody's time is on a crunch. I know most people that take Pathways, there's a reason why you're taking an online course is because you need that flexibility in schedule. A lot of people work full-time and do this, so I'm not expecting you to comment on everyone's, but at least read a few of them and comment on those and get to know a few of your classmates. So that's all I've got for you right now. I know this is lengthy. I apologize. I promise it's just because it's week 1. From here, it will be much shorter, and they will not be as wordy, I guess I should say. Yeah. Anyways, have a great first week. Do not hesitate to reach out to me if you have questions. See you soon.